Inflation is the increase in the cost of something. This is where, each year we know things are getting more expensive, and so it's going to cost more in the future more than it does right now. Or you could also look at it into the decline in the purchasing power of the dollar. What this means is that our dollar actually is shrinking each year, and as far as what it can purchase. So inflation is the impact on our living. So when people are talking about inflation, I talk about it as the rising cost of living. For example, many of the consumer goods that right now that we are dealing with and buying are double or triple what they were 20 years ago. It's almost like when your grandparents are saying, I remember when the cost of a movie and a bag of popcorn only cost $1 when I was your age, right? We always kind of chuckle and roll our eyes, but let's take a look at these movie prices, how they've increased over the years. In 1980, a movie ticket was $2.59. In 1990, it grew to $4.22. In 2000, it was $5.39. In 2010, it grew to $7.89. And just last year in 2020, a movie ticket was $9.16. You see, the cost of making the movie has certainly increased over the years, including how much the talent is paid, how much it costs to run a movie theater, and so on. So all of these factors affect how much it costs you to go see a movie. This impacts our everyday living because it impacts how much we're spending on items. So that's what inflation does. It impacts how much we spend. Well, I think it's important for people to understand inflation because it affects their lives in a few ways. The first place that it's going to affect them is it affects their wages, right? It's how much they're able to spend and what they can buy certain things for. The second thing that it's going to affect is their investment returns. Now, I'm a big person on investing. I want people to invest for the future. But you got to also be aware that inflation is also going to impact the products that we buy. You see, we've got to live on our income. That's our paycheck. So as things cost more, we're not able to save as much because our income, right, is shrinking. So we've got to make sure that we're growing our income and also being aware of the cost of living caused by inflation.